Hey everybody, welcome back to Ready Steady Play. We're still playing the game of Populate Ethnos with multi-ethnic warbands.
Yeah, so Mike just drew, well, yesterday Mike drew 3 cards and there weren't any dragons there, so my turn.
Yeah, there definitely weren't any dragons there.
Better not have been it. If they were all 3 dragons.
All the dragons, game's
all
over.
the dragons.
Can you imagine if we just called break as well?
I know. I'm having that giant.
Fair enough.
What do I got going here? I'm going to take this man.
No! I want him.
I didn't even need that man. So I'm going to play 3 Minotaurs. And I'm going to make the blue Minotaur the leader.
Yeah. I was going to say, why was it going to be red?
Did I put down a control token for this warband? I don't think I did. Because I played it to get another one in the
because you
grey
didn't
area.
actually look that deeply at them.
Stupid Mike. Because I was like, this one will give me evensies with Ollie.
Boo! Boo for evensies. Okay, so me?
Michael, you are in total command of the worst territories in the game.
I know, right? Because I've never had any blue or grey cards the entire game.
Michael, it's a set collection game. You should be picking them up.
That's me.
That's Ollie's turn. Oh, where are the dragons?
Don't know, but it's really annoying.
This needs to be on top of the thing.
Okay.
So you'll go now, Mike.
So we can
Okay.
remember which one's in charge.
Oh, okay.
Of
That
the
works.
token. Dragon!
For God's sake. Don't let the next one be a dragon. It's a dragon, isn't it?
It's not a dragon.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are safe.
You are safe. Right, I'm going to play 2. There's 2 of a wizard in Stratton. Sorry, I should keep
I'm
going.
a blue wizard.
And then I pick up 2 more.
I'm a red wizard.
Dragon! 1 and 2.
Okay.
I'm really scared.
It's me now.
Yes.
I'm going to get this wizard.
Okay. I am going to place a Minotaur band, so it counts as 4. So I'm going to put one there. And
Ollie, that was the wrong territory.
they go back. I had like 4 dwarfs, and I was like, all the territory that's worth doing, I can't put them down.
Do I want any of those? Do I?
No, you don't. You want to draw a dragon.
Yeah, well,
I don't even know if that's good for me at this point. I'm assuming.
I don't think any of those are good for me. Really.
Boop dee doo. Dee doo bee doo. Doo doo bee doo. I'm giving you elevator music until you do a turn.
Done.
This is not helpful to me at all.
I was really tempted to shout dragon.
I'm going to pick up that one.
Okay.
I am going to play this as a 3. There's a 3 giant for Stratton.
Is 3 giants currently the max? So you,
I've still got it, but it's a 3 because I need a.
Oh, you just want something
I
there.
just want something there.
So no extra points from the giant hunter.
And I put that down there and that down there.
Oh dear.
Michael?
Oh,
I got so many cards here that I should play, but I really want to just scrape out the rest of the points that I can get. Oh god, you guys, it's so bad.
Under pressure.
I just
Risk it. I don't know why I'm telling him that. I don't even know what he's got.
okay.
Tens.
Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play these 2 dwarfs here with the green one as the leader, which means I'm going to put all of these cards back down here in the marketplace.
Cool.
And I get to put a control token in Althea, which is not really all that good, but
No.
I also get this warband, which is worth points.
Fair enough. I am going to pick up that Minotaur.
I'm going to pick up
it a dragon?
No.
I'm going to pick up that Minotaur.
I'm going to pick up that wizard. No.
I'm going to put down this warband of Minotaurs. So I get another point for Pelagon.
Yeah.
And because it counts as 4.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pick up.
And these two are back there.
I'm going to pick up that wizard. Oh my god. I don't know if I'll get to play this.
I hope not. Mike?
Let's get really close.
Well, he's trying to steal your giants. Dragon! Oh.
Right. I'm going to play these 4 wizards.
Damn it! I really wanted
the
that
end
to
of the
be.
game.
I'm going to put it in Stratton.
I knew you were gonna do that. It's just fucked me out of the game.
And I
That's
pick
it.
up 4, and there's only 3, so there's
Yeah.
definitely going to be a dragon in here.
Yeah.
1, 2. Oh, the very last card
Is not a dragon.
is a dragon!
I had a wizard in hand.
Alright, so we discard all of these ones.
And now again, it's all burnt to ash.
And the whole world is burnt to ash, so I don't even know what we're getting glory points for. Our glorious warband conquests.
Well, if this maybe didn't burn, or if it did, no one noticed.
So Michael's going to get 2 points for Ithis.
I win by 2 points.
The band you put down on Ithis, was that more than 2 people?
Why does it matter?
Oh no, just because it's...
Maybe.
never mind. I'll do it afterwards.
So we've got Pelagon here, so that's Ollie in first place. He gets 8, so that's up to 22. And I'm in second place. I also get 8. Boo! So I go up to 27.
Well done.
Then we're in Stratton, where Ollie's in first place, so he gets 10 points, going up to 32.
Don't we both have 4?
Oh god, you do both have 4.
Wait, what?
Thank you.
So that's 18, so you both
9
get
each.
9. So Ollie goes up to 31, and Michael goes up to 30. Then
Oh,
we're
I
in
see.
Altea, where Michael and I each get 3.
That's me.
No, that's
Yep.
Ollie. You.
That's me.
Sorry, yeah. Ollie goes up to 34, and I go up to 30.
Yeah.
Give me that.
Give me that.
So then we're over here in Rhea, where Michael gets
6.
6,
And I get 2.
going up to 36, and Ollie gets 2, going up to 36. And then we're in Juris, where I get 6, going up to 36.
Don't we-
Michael gets 4.
No, it's 3
Oh,
each,
even.
buddy.
For God's sake. What was I on?
30.
You were on 30.
So 3, and I can't count these.
No,
these
it's 5,
tokens.
buddy. It's 10, so we get 5 each.
No, you get... Yeah.
Okay, so I go up to 35, and you go up to 41.
Math.
Ugh. Okay. Having got through that ordeal, I'm usually very good at maths. I am. So I don't know how that's.
You are a lot better than me. It has to be said.
Okay, so Ollie, let's score your warbands then.
Okay, so I've got a warband of 2. A warband of 2.
Are you sure that's a warband of 2?
That's a warband of 3 even.
Yep. So you're on 4.
Yep, a warband of 3.
So that's 7.
A warband of 4.
So that's 13.
A warband of 2.
So that's 14.
A warband of 2.
No, that's a warband of 3.
Warband of 3 even, because it's a dwarf.
So that's 16.
Yep, and then
One that's not.
just 1.
One
On his
is
own.
14 plus 3 is 17, and then
Yes.
0. So 17 points for Ollie's warbands. So Ollie's going to go up to
53.
53, yeah.
Wait.
Good job.
17. Yes, 53.
That's correct, from 36. Cool.
It's a good leap.
So,
Should we go next?
Yeah, sure. Let's do mine next. So I've got a warband here of 3, so that's 3. I've got a warband here of 3, so that's 6. I've got a warband here of 3, so that's
9.
9.
Another warband here of 4, so that's
15.
15. And one here of 2, so that's 16. So I'm going to go up to 51.
Then I have a warband of 4,
That's 6.
a warband of 3,
That's 9.
1,
Nothing.
3.
That's 12.
You sure that's
Oh
three?
no, that's
Oh no.
so that's a Minotaur. So that only
Yeah,
happens.
so that's Minotaurs don't
9.
affect it, it's dwarves that
So that's
affect it.
10.
Oh yes, so that's the thing. So that's 2.
Yes, it's 10.
So then that's 3.
So that's 13.
13. This is 3.
So that's
16. That is 2, so
So
that's
that's
17. And then that's 2, so 18.
Cool. And your
And then
That-
5.
The giant token gives him
extra.
23.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you're going to go up to 64,
Damn.
which is like a huge lead.
I have no idea how that happened.
Ethnos. That's how it happened.
Hardly.
I was really lucky that the dragon was the very last card.
Yeah, I didn't get a lot of warbands out on the
Let's
last
Go.
go.
No.
I'm actually surprised
You
by
had
how
so many good cards you
how
couldn't
that worked
decide.
out.
Yeah, I
Nice.
kept having a hand of 2 really good warbands, and then having to choose which one to play. I was having a hard time getting the centaurs to help me out.
Yeah.
Whereas I think you've got
I
at
got
least
2.
2 warbands with centaurs there.
Mhm.
I've got none.
I've got one.
You've got
That he
2.
didn't count really.
Well, I thought I was really unlucky actually at the start because I wasn't getting any of these grey and blue cards.
Curse you for stealing my first
and-
place in blue.
And as I say, I was just really lucky at the end that I just happened to get the 4 wizards. I think that clinched the game actually.
So this is only a 10-minute episode so far. So what we'll do, I think, is run straight on into our final thoughts on the game.
Yeah.
They won't be, I think, that won't be too long anyway. Because it's fairly...
Because you've
I
got
mean-
us here.
Well, but no, I was going to say so it's not the most complex game
It's
in the
really
world.
not.
I mean,
That's why I really like it.
It was
So-
really easy to pick up.
it's very, very easy to learn. I mean, and you've got it's got really good replayability, I think, because of the way these points tokens come out, and also the random abilities of the races.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And every game you're going to get a different combination of races.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, if there's more players, you'll have more of them. Do you think it would scale better with more, or do you think 3 is a good number?
I think 3. I mean, it clearly works with 3, which
yes.
is like it's almost that's the minimum threshold. I think. Like if it was 2, maybe it'd be a bit too much because you'd be taking each other's card. When there's a central card reserve, 3 is a good number to make sure if whatever you throw away, I don't instantly have the option of grabbing.
I
Yes.
think the central card mechanic, I like it a lot. I think it would have worked a little better with 4.
Yes, I agree.
I feel like there wasn't quite enough cards that are coming in and going out. There's still quite a lot of draw from the top of the recruitment deck,
And that
which
was-
I wasn't
yeah.
super keen on.
Yeah, because that makes this game a little bit. I don't want to say. It doesn't make it as interactive, does it? Because everyone's just like, oh yeah, one.
To be
one,
fair,
and
though, there was a section where we ignored Ithis completely. But if that had been the 10,
Well, I couldn't.
We'd have been fighting hard for that.
Yeah, exactly. And I couldn't at one point because literally all the cards in my hand and all the cards out here were orange, and I was like, oh, for goodness sake, why do I have all the itchy oranges?
Well, obviously it's because if this is garbage and it's a land of garbage, and nobody wanted to take the people who live in garbage land.
Oh,
Ironically, that made it the safest place.
Yeah, but also worthless.
But also worthless.
But yeah, I think 3 is a good number for the game. Definitely, it would scale really well.
I think it would make it a lot more tense and a lot closer with more players.
Yeah, because
I think 4 or 5 would be around the ideal number.
Yeah.
I think 6. I mean, the great thing about the game is, like we spoke about earlier, the downtime is so low that even with 6 players, I bet it runs really quick. My only issue with 6 players would be this tiny board. I really wish it was bigger.
It is small.
although to be said for it, many games that say they scale, they don't actually have that much of a difference between the game. This one, because we're adding races in, you're adding quite a substantial amount.
Well,
of cards.
you only go up to 6 though. I think. I don't think it goes more than 6.
Oh, really? So you could, even though we were at 5, it only ever goes up 1 if you had 4,
Yeah,
5, or 6 players.
it's 5 for 3 players
Mm-hmm.
and 6 for 4 more.
Gotcha.
Now the thing is though, I think what that kind of does is it means that with 5 or 6 players, the warbands are going to be a lot smaller.
Yeah.
So it's going to become a lot more about the territory game.
Yeah.
Especially because you're competing with a lot of other people,
Yeah.
which means that playing a bigger warband, even just 3 or 4 to get that extra control token in, is going to make a huge difference. And we started to see it towards the end of the second age in this game, where I got kicked out of Stratton, and that basically it didn't cost me the game, but it cost me. It certainly cost me my lead on you, and
Just barely.
yeah, well, that's what I mean. But if
I
I'd
think
been
that
tied
awarded
for
me the
Stratton,
game, to be fair.
you both would have lost 6 points, and I would have been up 6 points.
Yeah.
I mean, you both would have lost
3
3 points, and I would have been up 6, which would have put you
I would have
like
been
6 points behind me.
Well, I'd have been 2 points up for that because I would have got 10 and you'd have got 8.
Well, it's 18 points and you got 9 each.
Yeah,
But we all would have had 6.
Oh yeah, if you had another one there, then
Yeah.
definitely. But I mean, if Mike hadn't stolen it from you, I'd have had 10, and you'd have had 4 each. So, because you'd have been drawn.
Yeah, well, that's true. So but I was going for one more token in there, and when I played down this token in Durus, I just wanted to get the warband with the dwarf out for the extra points.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if that was the right call.
Yeah.
I probably should have played the Stratton territory, but at that time you hadn't.
I only had one in
nothing.
there.
I don't know. I don't know actually if I can't remember now if you'd caught up or. But anyway, so the game is full of these interesting decisions. The moment when to play the warband. Do you keep trying to build up cards? It's agonizing when you draw a card from the top of the recruitment deck, and
It's useless, dude.
Yeah.
Well, no, not useless. I was going to say, and it's great for you.
Oh,
because
yes,
then you
go
know
wait
you can't
for the,
play it.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh shit, but I'm trying to work on this other warband.
Yeah.
This is great. This combos really well with a card that I was just going to get rid of. Now I've got these 2 great warbands, and I've got this really difficult choice. That I really like that.
Yeah, I mean, the only time that you can sort of work around that is if one of the warbands happens to be a centaur, because then you can play both.
Well, the centaur added an interesting mechanic, and some of the races like the centaur can be quite defining to your tactics throughout the course of the game, whereas others, like the dwarf or the wizard, kind of just add sort of nice little bonus things.
Yeah.
And the wizard actually was, I quite like him, although I don't know if he's the most powerful race.
It's got to be the giant.
Yeah. It gotta be. Ollie's all about that giant.
I like the card. I like the fact it comes with its own token.
You like the fact he hugs a tree.
He doesn't hug a tree. He's lifted that tree and he's basically going, right, anyone comes near me, I'm going to hit him with a tree.
Get back to Ethnos! Smack.
you get roots in your face.
Roots! Get out of my towns! I control Ethnos now.
And apparently you
I'm mayor of Shitsville.
and apparently you control the ocean as well.
Yep, I claimed the ocean. Oh, we forgot to score that.
I win.
I win.
Wait. But now I'm the sole person in Pelagon, so...
I really like this. I like how simplistic it is, that anyone can literally... You can teach it to anyone in minutes.
Would you, as someone who's got Ticket to Ride and still plays it, would you would this replace Ticket to Ride for you? If someone was like, I want to play sort of an easy game with set collection, would you get this or would you get Ticket to Ride?
So I think it depends on the players that I'm playing with, because I imagine some people would prefer... The dynamics of the game is pretty much the same. It depends on the personalities of the people that are there, because some people might like the idea of a train rather than building
a rampaging mob of monsters.
Yeah, exactly.
Who likes the idea of building a railway?
Well, you apparently, because you play it.
Ticket to Ride, I don't play very much anymore, to be fair. I mean, I like Ticket to Ride, but I think for me...
It's now got too simplistic.
The thing about Ticket to Ride, I find, is that if you play with a lot of gamers, there's this tactic of just loading up the railways in your hand to keep your tickets secret.
Yeah.
And so you wind up playing half the game where people are just collecting cards in secret. And it's kind of boring.
And that's why I prefer
but also
this, I think, if I had to pick, because it makes it a lot more... You've got to think about your tactics a lot more.
In this, I actually felt like I had some interesting decisions.
Yeah.
Even though, the game has still got some random elements and you're drawing from this recruitment deck, which is still random. There was those moments where I had these sets to play, and I'm not just trying to... I'm weighing up my options, but it's not just about... What is the value of getting a control point on the board? What is the value of the set at the end of the age?
Yeah.
It's also about which leader will benefit me, because I'm going to have to play one of these leaders to get the point I want. Which one is going to benefit me the most?
But it's also you considering the cards you're throwing away, because if you know you're throwing away some very good cards and you've almost got a set, you know they're going to get picked up by the next 2 players.
Yeah. And one of the things that was interesting as well, which so I was thinking about throughout the course of the game, but I wasn't sure how much impact it would have, but now I'm certain it had a big impact, was when you're playing down... I was trying to decide, is it not better to just play sets and focus on getting the points for the sets, rather than worrying about the territory control where players can take it away from you? But actually, I think that's the very reason it's important to also keep this in mind, because you can take those points away from your opponents. And so you can't rely on these points. If you just focus on the sets... They're going to get all these points and become become unapproachable for like the next stage as well.
Yeah.
Whereas these sets, are one and done, and then they're gone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also quite important that where like the progression between the points can be whatever it randomly comes out at. But say for Pelagon, where it was the same for first, like because we're in the second age, it's the same for first and second. So the only real benefit is if you're a very close third and you want to lift yourself up to first, because then you start sharing points. And if there's no difference between being first and second, it's a little bit less important. But when it was 2 and 6, it's very important to be first.
Yeah.
Well, and especially here, it needs to. Yeah, there's no point in being first here. It's just about not being last.
Yeah.
And I was
here,
last by a mile, so that's why I didn't really concentrate on getting too many silvers in the end, because I was like, there's no way I'm going to catch you up, so there's no point
honestly,
wasting my time trying to get silvers.
Quite honestly, the reason one of my last bands was in there was because it was the best option I had at the time. There wasn't it was safeguarding my position and also just making sure that I had something down with a decent sized warband.
But looking at the board, every time I was trying to think about what warband I was going to build and where I was going to go, it was sort of, there was always something I wanted to do. I was never like, oh well, it doesn't really fucking matter what I play. There was always I was always like, shit, I need to catch up with Ollie there. I need to catch up with Michael here. I want to get a point down there. And I was also like, but then these are the cards I've got, and I've got some control over them because I can draft them from this marketplace. But then I've got some no control over them because there's the random stuff I've just recruited.
Yeah.
And you might draw a dragon.
So I'm sort of limited. But then I've got all these goals, and how can I make it work for me? So it felt to me like there was a lot of interesting decisions in this game, and the decisions were a lot more interesting than Ticket to Ride.
Yes.
And unless someone was adamantly against a high fantasy theme, and to be fair, the fantasy theme doesn't really come out in this.
No,
I mean it's there, but it's not.
It could be anything.
Yeah. I mean, it could have been a train game.
Yeah.
It could have been a train game.
Where we're building stations, and these are trains, and you get points for building train lines. And the instead of a leader, you've got the carriages and the front of the train.
Yeah. That's what I like about the key differences for me is that you can't card hoard.
No.
And you've got to get rid of stuff.
Yeah.
Because that
makes me wish that Ticket to Ride forced you to discard the rest of your hand
when you played a train.
When you played a train, yeah. But I like also how there's 2 ways to match cards in this, by race or by color.
Yeah, and whereas Ticket to Ride is just by color.
Yeah, exactly. So it's more limited.
Yeah.
And Ticket to Ride has the wild cards. There are wild cards in this. It's the race of Skellymen, the skeletons. Yeah. But we didn't play them in this game.
They do look quite funny. I love the fact it's they're good for a time and then they're useless.
Well, I hope that's sort of helped clear up what we thought of the game.
I would buy this.
Yeah.
I would totally buy this.
Well, it's just come out from Cool Mini or Not, and it retails somewhere between 35 and 40 British pounds, which if you live in Britain is quite a lot, but if you live in the rest of the world, it's basically nothing.
Yeah.
But
thank you.
it is quite a light cost game, so it's not going to put you back £200 like some of the other games we've played on this channel.
Minor change.
Yeah, we hope you've enjoyed this sort of insight into something slightly lighter and more fun, and coming on this adventure with us. So we'll be back tomorrow with some entirely new thing, going on a new adventure. So hopefully you'll join us for that, and we'll see you there.
See you guys.
Bye everyone.